We're live. There we go.
That says we've been alive for ages.
Because I did a 30-second countdown time I didn't
Oh,
tell you
yeah.
about. Hi, guys. We're at a different location. We thought we'd just both come on the screen at the same time this time. Right, we're ready to do our little turn and we'll reveal where we are. We're going to go to 2 locations tonight. Both locations are in a little village in Northamptonshire. And we're starting off. This one is. You ready?
Which way are you going?
Oh,
I'm going to go that way too.
we're starting off in a cemetery. Where else would you start? Perfect.
It's true.
Next
You're
to
going
it.
to get dizzy.
I know, I'm going to stop turning around now. So there's allotments all round. It's quite nice. It's quite picturesque. This cemetery dates back to the 12th century, along with the church that we'll go to in a bit. But I'll tell you a bit more about that when we get there. Did you pick up any energy or anything when you came in, Penny?
No, I just tried not to trip over anything.
A very good point. Yeah, they've not mowed for a little while. The cemetery itself is kind of split into 2 sections. It literally has a path right down the middle. Sorry, we're in Northamptonshire. It's a path. On this side tends to be the more modern kind of graves, apart from a couple here that are a bit more damaged. A lot of the ones over there are actually quite up-to-date ones. We're not going to be going over there tonight. We're going to focus on this side, which all the graves, if I come down here a little bit, all of the graves here are old, very old. Like I said, this dates back to the 12th century. Let me know if you find anything interesting, Penny, and you can just jump straight in and cut in. But we've got quite a lot of stuff just at this little grave here. I mean, if I can show you that, actual full broken cross crucifix, which has come off the top of that stone. So yeah, the cross is laying there. It should be on top of there. These are very old graves, quite large. And like I said last week, any grave that's got any stone around it or on it is what I class as it's an expensive grave, that is. And also similar to what we spotted last week, I don't know if anybody's looked into it or not, we have another one of those kind of crosses with the circle in there, which if people have looked into it, if you don't want to, and you don't want to be bothered about doing that, I'll give you a little clue. Some of it relates to Christianity, some of it relates to paganism, and some of it relates to astrology. And then the 3 sort of bits all come together at that point to create a cross and a circle. Some people believe it represents the ring of thorns that were around Jesus's head, and that was the circle. But that's open to interpretation, and it's entirely up to you guys what you want to think about that. So what have you found, Penny? Have you found anything interesting?
No.
Excellent. That's brilliant, then. Our one viewer will be very impressed with the none that you found.
I think it was 1902.
Right, okay.
There aren't many here. It's quite a
No, this is a very small
cemetery.
A small cemetery. I'll bring the camera there. You can stare at me. You might stare at these things. Obviously, we are also aware that England are playing in a bit. So we will be finishing slightly earlier than normal. So we're going to be finishing sort of 1:45, so we can get back, because I'm making some nachos covered in cheese, and I've got dips and some beer. I'm not a football fan, but I've got to be patriotic. Penny just left. Unceremoniously just disconnected from the feed. Shall I add her back in? If I don't get any love hearts on the screen, I'm not putting you back in. Okay. So again, like I said last week, I like a gravestone at this kind of an angle. That shows age to me. I also like a grave like this one, where it depicts a person on it that died when they were 83 years old. That's good, and especially in 1917 to have lived to 83. I mean, imagine what they experienced. before they died in sort of 1917, but to live to 83, that's amazing. It'd be cool if we could actually talk to that person.
I'm back.
There we go. I brought Penny back in.
Technical issues, as always. I'm trying really hard not to trip over or put my foot down a rabbit hole or a molehill.
There is quite a few rabbit holes on this. We are next to a road as well, so we do apologise for the sort of road sounds. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. So yeah, no, I want to say when we walked in, this is, as always, is what I class as a very quiet cemetery. There's no sort of residual here. What there is here is what I class as modern energy, because there is modern graves here and they're being attended. It keeps the energy in a grave and cemetery fresh. When we go to, what's the name of the church we've been to a couple of times?
Give me more.
Where we did our live from first.
Well, it was in Dean. Was it St. Peter's?
No, that was last week. The
right.
First ever live we did in the derelict church.
Oh, Broughton Church ruins.
Broughton Church, that was it. Because that one's quite an old graveyard and church site. The energy in there is quite older. It's not stagnant as such, but it kind of is that a little bit. Because this one's quite fresh and it's got quite a lot of modern graves on one side of it, it keeps the energy inside it quite fresh. So even these older graves, that one's collapsed.
You've got a lot of energy as well that comes from the traffic, physical energy.
That's the one I was just looking at. Yeah.
I think if we had more time and I could sit amongst the graves, oh, there's a big hole, sit amongst the graves, I might be able to pick more up, but it's quite a difficult environment, and the energy might change when there's less traffic on the road, that kind of thing.
Quiet at night. Oh, yeah, I would say
when it's darker.
Yeah, we'll have to come back one. Although they do lock this one. Like I say, this cemetery is sort of monitored, so the gates do get locked.
We can show the older graves. I'm just not very comfortable that people would be wanting the newer ones.
I'm happy to leave that side of things. There's some of the older graves, like these ones are older, but like I said, that one there, you can see it just in the background. Same as before, that other one we've seen that was sort of 100 years old, that was that slab of marble at the church last week. That's a sort of modern version. Again, it's expensive. It's a real kind of lasting legacy. I don't want to be remembered here. I want to be remembered on YouTube for doing something.
We'll be remembered in a minute when we get beat walking down the road.
That is true. Right. What we're going to do now is we're going to leave this site. We'll keep you guys on.
Come for a walk with us.
Yeah. Also, incidentally, didn't say this, we've also got a camera, like a GoPro camera, attached to my selfie stick camera holder thing. So it's actually recording, it's been recording live all through there and recording all of this as well, just in case we catch anything random happen. Such a busy
very
road.
Noisy road.
It is. But we'll be at the church in a few minutes. Shall we practice good highway code and use the actual crossing?
Thousand lorries going past.
Oh, it's busy. Everybody wants to get to the pub. Ready for the game.
What's everybody rushing to get home for the football?
So yeah, if there is anybody watching live, we're not anticipating that there would be. I anticipate everybody will catch up with it at a later date, probably preparing for the match. But I didn't want to miss our opportunity to actually do the Sunday share.
This isn't as much fun as we went when we went for a walk to the bunkers in the snow.
No, very different. Just cut in front of Penny. But yeah, so this village technically would be absolutely dead quiet if it wasn't for the
at this
fact
time
that,
of night, yeah.
but if it wasn't for the fact that there's this main road running straight through the middle of it,
Yeah.
it'd actually be pretty quiet here. Right, let's cross over here while it goes quiet. Spotted our opportunity to cross over.
I'm worn out already.
So guys, let us know in the comments if there's any questions you've got about where we are, or if you spot anything. Failing that, let us know what you're doing to prepare for the England match later. Busy road. Wouldn't it be cool if we
Super
caught
busy.
something weird on camera that happened, like a traffic issue?
No, it would be impressive.
It'd be cracking timing.
It would indeed.
I don't blame anybody that's zipped forward in the film. That's
No,
this
me
moment.
neither. Good news is, good Lord, thanks to this little outing, I've just reached my daily steps goal.
Oh, excellent. Bravo. Not much further.
I don't know about football coming home. It seems everybody else is going home.
It is. There's everybody trying to race home to get ready for the footy.
Yeah, they're not doing 30 miles an hour through here.
No. No, they might be. Just because you're walking extremely slowly.
I think it's a sedate pace. I'm built for comfort, not speed.
Fair enough.
For anybody who remembers Isham, and it's interesting because I've had this conversation quite a lot over the last couple of weeks with the lovely people that I work with, support. But the thing that they remember most, if you can still hear me, is the quaint little corner shop, which is closed down and has been for about 3 years.
It's sold now. New people are in.
The Monk and Minstrel pub, which changed to the Bear and Vignette. Didn't last very long. And then it's been bought by developers and now it's a bloody house. Because we need more houses in our village.
More. There was more than one house, because there was houses built on the car park of the pub as well.
I can't hear you, Alistair. I can just hear cars. So maybe we need to go back to the studio.
That's all right. The cars are gone now. They keep coming in waves.
They do. Almost like there's some kind of traffic light.
Here. If I turn the camera around a bit, see, that's the church.
I'm not there yet.
Into there. A bit further back.
Wait
I'm going
for
to cross
me,
the road.
oh good Lord, I think he's run ahead.
No, he's got longer strides, big legs.
I think he's...
What we're going to do first, we're going to walk around the
literally
outside of it. This is the beautiful St. Peter's Church.
And over the road,
12th, oh,
if I can get it, is the original church rectory.
There were one to the left of the tree. Yeah. So yeah, this is St. Peter's Church in Isham. It's a 12th century church, and that tower bit, where is it? It's behind me up there, was added in the 14th century. So that's slightly newer than this first front bit. Let's go for a walk around the outside. Because there's no pathway this way. Actually, when I was doing a little bit of research for this little church.
Wait, you know why there's no pathway?
Why?
Because it's a local church for local people.
Of course it is.
And we discourage
I'll try and keep the church
people
in the shot as much as possible. Like I say, it's 12th century church with a tower that was added in the 14th century. But it had actually gone quite a bit into disrepair in the early 1800s. It wasn't being used as much. I don't know why. I couldn't find anything out for that. And it actually went through a major restoration in 1833 was the exact time. I mean, I don't know if you guys can make that grave out there, but there is no writing on that. The only word that's actually on there is the word 2.
That's properly weathered.
John. That one there dated October 1853. And again, that was a person who died at 85 years old. What an age to get to at that time of the world. Do you know what I mean? The average lifespan at that in the 1800s was like 30.
1877, 74. I apologise for anybody. I'm trying really hard to get this to angle the way I want it to, and it's a little bit like being on a roller coaster.
It's not too bad. Right, let's go in and have a little look-see. So yeah, like I said, the first sort of low bit where the entrance is, although that entrance looks new, so I would imagine it would be where the original wall was, that wall there, is the bit that I think that was added in the 1400s with the tower.
1854. We're playing who can find the oldest gravestone.
So again, on the time scale there, so what did it say? It was 1854. So that was 20 years after the church was restored.
And these are really huge slabs. I don't think you can appreciate the size of them. Yeah.
Oh, the actual gravestones.
So because you can't really see the size, let's see if I can I extend this? I can't, can I?
Yeah, so we've got 1855, 1855, 1857 and 1854.
This is how tall it is. It's really tall. Or I'm really small. Don't mock me.
Well, we all know the answer to that, don't we? Again, my same point as before.
Rude.
That is an expensive grave. That is one way of really sort of marking. There's another one of those. They must have had a deal on these
Oh, that's awful.
sacreded to memory of. So like I say, everything in this church is, I mean, as far as graves are concerned, is extremely old.
Well, this young lady, Jane, died at age 15.
Ooh.
Not lost in memory, not lost from love, but gone to our Father's home above. Oh, wow, that's excellent.
I don't think they use that door anymore. I think there's a sink behind it.
Look, look, look. We've got Buckingham Palace. An excellent bug hotel.
Oh.
It is Buckingham
that's
Palace.
Awesome.
That is awesome. I like it very much. There's an old scout post, which is a bit weird.
Yeah, you know more about the history of Isham than I do, because the actual village of Isham has been here forever. a little bit further down from here, down the hill, is the site of an old mill. And the only thing that really left is a bit of the building and the millstone.
That's true. That's true.
I think this engraver had a stutter because he's put holy, holy, holy.
Or it was just very holy.
Yeah, why would you put holy 3 times?
Wow, it's pretty overgrown here.
The other thing with a church like this is the fact that this is in a village, so there is houses all around us. So I'm kind of being conscious that I don't want to upset anybody.
I agree. I'm properly in the woods. You can't
1855.
appreciate how dark it is because my camera is making it all look really bright.
I reckon
But
there's some
I
sort
am
of a conspiracy going on here,
seriously
because
in the dark.
after I said about people not living for too long, there's another grave there of somebody who died in 1885 at the age of 80. I reckon people in Isham did all right, you know, when it comes to life expectancy. I think they've just sort of worked in the mill and everything.
This looks like an old one. Excuse me, I'm going to crouch down. Oh, that's a long way down. Yeah, this person was in 1900. They passed aged 81.
Again, good age.
I'm in a really boggy part of the graveyard. But my phone doesn't show you just how dark it is in this bit. It is super dark.
I'll come in and have a look.
Woo! I didn't fall over then, sorry. I just tilted the camera a little excessively. Look how much the tree has grown over this gravestone. It is literally overtaken it.
That's awesome. If only these trees could talk.
Would we want to hear it though? Would we want to hear what they said? Oh, I think that is that a hedgehog house?
It could be, yeah. Oh yeah, it does look like one.
I can't get anywhere near that grave to see what writing's on it, to see how old it is, because the tree has swamped it. The tree has eaten it.
Ooh.
More like, oh, I can pick up energy in here though.
What sort of energy?
There are people here, like in this
Village
old bit. Yes, they're the village people.
Oh, I just need to check. Actually, oh no, I was just thinking for Mickey, there's no cock on this church. Sorry, dude. I'll get you a church with a cock on next time.
I apologise to everybody else.
I'm going to go back to the church though. So tell us more about this energy you're picking up.
Yeah,
Penny.
you're breaking up. I don't know if that's my feed breaking up, but you seem to be breaking up.
We're breaking up. Don't break up with me live on Facebook. What are you talking about?
You're an idiot. Oh, just going to sit in the little gardens of remembrance here. Nice little shot of the church. You can, under the trees, whether I'm feeling the energy of the trees, but you can feel the age, the heaviness of age.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's. Whew, I don't know if that's the ground or actually the trees.
I felt it as quite a lot of snobbery, to be honest. That's how I felt it.
Did you? No.
Yeah. Did.
It's not that kind of a village. It wasn't that kind of a village. I mean, there's.
No, it was the same kind of energy we had from the last place, where you kind of walk in and feel like people are watching and judging.
They're more likely to judge what we're doing because they don't know what we're doing than.
Yeah.
I
can't read that one. Tiny little grave.
Got achy legs. There's somebody here with achy legs. Because I don't like that. That doesn't feel very nice. Quite a heavy weight, and this bench is creaking horrendously. And I'm not entirely sure if it's me that's caused it or the age of the bench. Oh, what's occurring? But
Just give me a minute. It's picked up on a hook. I need to see it through.
he's being pulled into the woods, into the dark bit, which is playing havoc with his camera lighting.
Yeah, it is a bit. Oh, and my camera keeps twisting my melon. Right. The feeling I just got there was a feeling of persecution. Somebody being dragged across the ground to here. But it felt like sort of long time ago, sort of somebody like a corporal punishment sort of situation. But this is where they were being dragged to here.
That's not
Unless
very
we
nice.
unless we find out there's some, there wasn't a murder in here or some stupid, was there? A
I don't know.
documented one.
I don't know. I didn't pick up on any of that. I got quite a lot of energy. Like there is a crowd gathering over there, but it
Yeah.
is more curiosity. I didn't get negativity, but I'm not standing over there for a prolonged length of time, to be fair. And you are, and
No.
you felt a hook from the other side.
Yeah. Well,
Pulling
it
you
was
to
from the
there.
door. From the door, somebody trying to plead their case and being dragged, and got dragged to here
Good
somewhere.
gravy.
That's why I didn't pick up on it until we got to that point, and I was sort of thinking to myself, yeah, everything in here kind of feels just a bit judgy, which I normally get from spirits. They kind of, what you doing? They don't want to interact, and they can be a little bit pushy to an extent. But that was a clear, like, just played out like a story. I can see feet flailing behind the person, just them being dragged by shoulders and
Maybe
arms by a couple
if
of
it's not a
blokes.
nice energy, disengage from it.
No, I'm not bothered about it being nice or nasty. It's not something like, it doesn't feel like I'm not picking up on a presence here. I'm picking up on an energy, like a story energy. I don't feel like there's a
Okay.
person here.
On a more positive note, I'm guessing this is more of a memorial place, sitting place. And I actually have a lady.
Ah, nice.
I'd be intrigued if anybody picks her up. But there is a bench. I don't know if you can see the bench. Can you see a bench? Can you see the bench?
Yeah, you can do, yeah.
There. There is a lady sitting on the bench. She is an older lady. And she's finding us quite humorous. She doesn't know what we're doing, but she's finding all of this interest quite humorous. She does understand the interest, but it's the physical aspect of what we're doing that's confusing her. But she's an older lady, and she's sitting quite comfortably.
I suppose to her, we're walking around talking to ourselves, aren't we?
We are indeed walking around talking to ourselves and looking at some of these stones that are laid. These are quite new ones, so they might be internments or
Yeah, there's quite a lot of
ashes, or just memorial stones. I'm not actually picking up anybody, but there is one that was November on Remembrance Day, 11th of the 11th, 2019.
swallows.
Oh, it is a memorial. I'm not going to show you the details of them, especially the newer ones, because even though we appear to be tramping all over the graveyard. We are trying to be respectful, especially to the newer placements. Although there's a gigantic hose weaving through all of this.
Just thought, I've not read any of the comments, but there was just Leah saying she was watching while walking home. Excellent.
Ah.
One viewer.
She was walking with us. Hang on, what date is that? I don't even know. Memory of Foster Pippin, born in ye town of Northampton and departed this life in this town, March 16th. But interestingly, the date looks a bit weird.
Why?
Because it's March the 16th, and then you tell me
1966.
what the year is.
Is it a 1966, Jobby?
Can you see the year? Is that 1777?
777? What's that?
Yeah. I don't know if that's meant to symbolise 1777.
I can't really see me. Let us know in the comments, guys, if you can see that.
I'll show you again.
I don't think the clock works. Somebody needs to sort the clock out. Needs new batteries. I've walked all the way around now.
So if anybody can see that any clearer than I did. I don't know if that's 1777.
I don't know if that'll show up.
I'm sure it will.
What?
I'm sure
on the
it
corner
will.
of that tower, it looks like there's a nymph.
Ooh. Sorry,
What do you reckon this is, Penny?
I've got wet knees. Hold on.
You said that last week as well.
There's a theme. I don't know where you've gone.
Come around to the front of the roadside.
Oh, good Lord. Again, built for comfort, not for speed.
There's another tomb, which is quite cool.
I do love a wander around a graveyard.
If I'd have known, we could have brought an England flag and put it up there.
I have no idea where you've gone. Where are you? Are you on the street?
Yeah, that's what I said. You've gone the long way around, didn't you?
I've gone across the actual grounds. You're down on the road now, yes?
No, I'm round at the front entrance now. The main entrance.
Oh, good Lord. Can you get there through where I was, or did you go round the road?
I don't know. I don't know where you are.
It doesn't matter now. I'm on the road.
Oh, right. Okay.
Join us for more informative chat and descriptions about where we're going and what we're doing. Let's show you pretty things instead of
The reason I'm looking up there is because there's gargoyles on the top. And again, they're not what I class as Christian symbols. That...
yes, they are. The theory was that they would scare away evil. But what's happened is they were incorporated into the tower there for the water pipes.
Yeah.
For the drainage, the guttering. But yes, they are to scare away the bad things. See if I can get them in.
Don't they have Jesus for that?
Huh? What, to scare away the bad?
Yeah. So yeah, so that's St. Peter's Church. Well, I just thought it was funny that they use gargoyles. Normally churches have cherubs.
Oh, I don't know. If you go to Notre Dame, I've been to Notre Dame in France.
Medieval church.
But it does have gargoyles and all kinds around it. And goblins and things. Just
seems funny that the Christian people would use that to protect their church. I don't know.
Answers on a postcard, please. Excellent entryway. Look at that.
It is cool. Walk out into the road and get run over now. So yeah, right guys, like I said, it was a short one, this one. Mainly because we've got to go and watch the footy. So we hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe and all that jazz. You got anything you want to add, Penny?
No, I think we'll have to come and do another investigation. I think we'll return. We're back to the studio now for the football. Signing off from Isham.
So yeah, right guys, go get ready for the football. Let's hope we win. Bye. See you next Sunday.